Peace, 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 wholeness, love, and light. I'm New Diamonds. And yes, this is all about the comeback, the double up, okay? How's you bouncing back at this time? All right, so I'm gonna let the fam come on in. We're gonna deep dive into this energy. Peace. Peace. Me peace. Peace, everyone. I'm gonna let everyone come on in. Pieces. I love y'all so much. Greetings. Peace to the tribe. Shout out to the Soul Tribe. Soul Tribe got the best vibes. All right. I appreciate y'all greatly. All right. This is all about peace. I hope everyone out there is doing well. And wow, how are you guys and gals out there feeling in this energy piece? How y'all feeling? Okay, let me know how y'all feeling. Energy check. Let's do an energy check. We're checking in with the energy right now. How are you currently feeling right now? Okay, as we wait for the tribe to come in. Okay, gorgeous, beautiful aura. Thank you so much. Thank you. Ooh, I'm glad I don't look like what I've been through. Okay, we're gonna get into some things. All right, it's been one amazing transformation. I will say that this week has been very transformative. Okay, a lot of curveballs, a lot of distractions, a lot of obstacles, a lot of hurdles. But once again, this is a marathon, not a race. And we have just been pushing through, right? Pushing through. You said a little tired but filled with gratitude. Yes, that is the energy, right? Just pushing through, right? Trying to keep our vibrations high as things try to weigh them down, right? We can see it. We're on top of this mountain looking down like, why are you trying to pull me down there? Why? Don't make me come down there, right? Don't make me come down there, right? It's all about keeping your vibration high, cultivating your peace, cultivating your energy, protecting your peace, protecting your crown, because your peace is priceless. You being present is a present, right? That is the mantra. That's the mantra of the month, okay? Protecting your peace, because your peace is priceless. You are worth it. You are worthy, right? And there is a lot of distractions, a lot of energy, because the energy is so high, right? We just had some solar flares go off, right? We're going to get hit with some heat waves. It's going to be hot. And y'all know how people act when things get a little hot, right? People don't know how to act, right? So this is where we have to center ourselves, ground ourselves, and stay centered in our hearts, right? Stay operating from emotional intelligence, right? Mastering our emotions, right? Mastering our minds, as we have gold minds, right? We have a mind of gold, right? We're being led to gold by spirit. So keep listening to those intuitive hits, your intuition, right? Letting your intuition guide you, letting your spirit guide you, right? And trusting that, knowing that this is the path that you're supposed to be on, okay? A lot of us are getting a lot of confirmation that we're on the right path, especially after going through trials and tribulations. Certain things have been putting us to the test. Certain things have been brought up in our face for us not to ignore. Things have been revealing themselves to us. And it's up to how you react. It's up to how you respond. Peace, peace. And that's why I named this the big come back. This is double up season. This is where things double up. Because, like, some people like to say, it feels like I take one step back and two steps forward, right? Well, I like to say when you do take a step back, you're looking at things from a different perspective, right? I'm never taking a step back. Even if we was to start back where we came from, we never really starting back at the bottom because we've acquired priceless knowledge, right? So even if you were to go back to square one, you still have all of these tools that you acquired on your journey, right? You've acquired so many things mentally, spiritually, emotionally that you could never physically start off at the beginning. You can never really have a reset, right? This is more like an upgrade, right? So we're getting a huge upgrade right now. It may feel like it may not feel like it. It just depends on what wave, what spectrum you're looking at this light coming in from, okay? So yeah, we are doubling up. This is the double up. I call this a double up season, double up energy, because that's exactly what it is, right? We are officially in Virgo season, right? Shout out to the Virgos. Happy birthday, Virgos. And we have this new moon, right, at the 0 degree, right? They're calling it the black new moon because it's the third new moon in the season. It's going to be two new moons just this month, right? So not only is it this double up energy from the moon, this new moon, double new beginnings, right? New beginnings, right? Clearing things out, releasing things, right? Going in the dark to be the light, right? Reveal things that need to be illuminated at this time, right? Breaking through those illusions at this time. That's just the moon, right? Then we have this lunar eclipse energy, right? So we're going to get hit with this full moon, harvest full moon. Right now, this is the harvest. That's why Spirit just be talking to me. And I'm like, why is we calling this the double up? Why is this the double up, right? Yes, exactly. Why are we calling this the double up? But it's the harvest full moon. They call it the corn moon. Shout out to all my indigenous Indians in the building that taught they know about that corn, what that corn do. This is harvest, right? The corn mummies, right? So this is where you double up on your harvest if you've been putting in the work. If you've been putting in the work, because things are going to be eclipsed, right? This is a lunar eclipse with the harvest full moon, and it's going to be the first one in Pisces. The last solar eclipses that we've had have all been in Aries. They've been Aries, Libra, right? So being a spiritual warrior, right? Knowing I am balanced, right? I am who I think I am, right? I'm a warrior for justice, right? Now, as the wheel turns, right, that north node is in Pisces, that south node is in Virgo, right? So this is more so focused on your mind, your body, your health, your wealth, your spirit, right? A lot of us may feel like we've been breaking past a lot of old cycles, right? This is breaking the illusion of certain things, right? When it comes to mental health, physical health, spiritual health, sexual health, financial health, right? And we are pushing through, we're breaking through of what it's supposed to look like, right? John Cena, right? For all my wrestling fans, right? What it's supposed to look like, and we're tapping into what it feels like, right? What does this energy feel like? That's why I say, how are y'all feeling right now? Because that's a big part of it. Because your emotions are going to be pulled and swayed in each way to see if you're really who you say you are, if you really who you think you are, right? You're this spiritual warrior. You put in all this work. You've been learning all these lessons. Ancestors, spirit, divine, angels, whoever got to put you to the test, right? The teacher Been giving you all this homework, all of this homework, all of these projects, all of these things to do. Pop quiz on that ass, right? It's time to test and see if you really who you think you are, to see what you're made of. What are you made of, right? Who are you, right? When we strip away all of these illusions, strip away all of these things, who are you to your core, right? We're going to test that integrity. We're going to test your intentions. We're going to test your heart. We're going to test your mind and see where your spirit drifts off to. See where your heart drifts off to, right? Then after these series of tests, because we're in a huge portal, right? We just entered in a whole nother portal, y'all. I don't know if y'all feel it, right? I've been cleaning up all week. I don't know what the hell. I'm just like, oh, I need to clean, pine salt everything, wash everything. Everything needs to be clean. Lit the incense, lit the candles, sweep, wipe the floors, wash the walls. I mean, that's that Virgo. Everything got to be clean. Everything got to be organized. Everything got to be perfect, right? It got to be this sense of this purity. It has to be pure. Peace, peace. Then I felt like I can breathe. I can breathe. Let's get rid of all this clutter. Let's get rid of all this stuff. It has to go. All of this old stuff that is not helping us grow has to go, because we're going to a new level. We're upgrading. And with this upgrade, some of these things can't come with us. Some of that old baggage, those old emotions, that old programming, it can't go where we're going, right? So a lot of us have been shedding, releasing. This is the hardest part for me. Surrender. That's the hardest part for me. It's okay, I could let go. I could release. Surrender? My power? Oh my goodness. My control of things, because I like to be in control so much. Surrender? Whoo. Okay. This week I surrendered, right? I let go. I stopped overthinking. I stopped wanting to control the outcome of things, having expectations of things. And I said, you know what? I put good intentions into this. I've been mindful of what I'm speaking, right? I'm not assuming anything. I'm breaking past illusions. I'm operating from my heart. I'm operating from integrity. I'm giving it my best. I'm giving it my all, right? I'm not worrying about things that I can't control. I surrender. And I felt this weight off of my heart be released. And things slowly but surely started to fall back into place. Because like I said, this last week, y'all, how many of y'all been feeling like y'all got tested last week, the past couple of days? I mean, boy, oh boy, right? And I just had to let it go. Let it go. I've done all I could do. Some things are out of my control. I let it go, so I could breathe. And then I started to clean, and I'm like, wait a minute, let me get back in my flow, right? I'm not gonna let this throw my energy off, right? Let me pull myself back up, right? Because sometimes we get down on ourselves. It's okay. We have these high expectations of ourselves. We want to be better. We want to be greater, right? But I'm not going to kick myself when I'm down either. I'm going to pick myself up. Hey, we got this. We done made it through much worse, right? Ain't nobody really doing it like you. Ain't nobody really doing it like you, right? We done pushed through so much. We done broke through so many barriers, right? We done cured all of the generational curses. Some of them we're still working on, okay? Because everything ain't always up to us to fix, right? We're doing all that we can do. We are the cure, right? We are the shamans of the tribe, right? And now this is the part where we sit back and we surrender. As we go into this new portal, that we're opening up to at this very moment. This is I don't know, y'all, but like I said, we have 2 new moons, right? That starts tonight. This energy is going to open up tonight, right? Then not only that, like I said, we have this harvest, full moon, on a lunar eclipse, double. Then we have another new moon at the end of this, towards the end of this month. So it's going to be 2 new moons. And guess what? That one's going to be the solar eclipse. And this is where everything is going to shift tremendously. It's going to be unexpected things that happen. We're already gearing up for it, right? We're already seeing signs of the shifts, signs of the change, signs of the upgrade, signs that we made it to the higher timeline, right? But this is like that next level, right? When you make it up to the next level, when you're ascending, it's kind of like, I kind of been here before. I know the steps, but it's just a little more pressure, right? That's to help you grow, to get to the next level that you're trying to go to, okay? So nothing's working against you, right? It ain't the government. It ain't the devil, right? It's your higher self pushing you to your higher self, right? Lift up that weight. Get there. You got this. It's nothing. And when you get there, you're going to be like, wow, look at how far I've come. Look at how much I pushed through. Look at how much I've grown. Look at how much I've learned. I've evolved so much, right? I've grown so much. I know so much now that I did not used to know. And that knowledge is now turned to wisdom, right? I'm a guiding light for myself. I'm a guiding light for others. And it's all from me going within, right? That's what I always like to say. Go within to ascend. Go within to ascend, because it's nothing outside of you. It all derives from within you. So when you go inside, when you go internally, when you go inside these deep, dark crevices of yourself, your emotions, right, etc., 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 right, you uncover these new shades, these new facets, these new levels to yourself that help you evolve, that help you grow, that help you mature and know who you are, because this is all about you. This is all about know thyself, right, to get you to that next level, right? This isn't anything outside, right? This is all about you internally and you elevating, you growing to get to that next level for yourself, right? So continue to grow, continue to do the work. And if nobody else is watching, if nobody else is looking, remember, it's about you. You know what you need to do. You know what you need to see. You know what you need to do to get to that next level. It's not about nobody else, right? Sometimes we do things and we think, wow, oh, nobody's watching. Your higher self is always watching. God is always watching. The source is always watching. The sun is always recording things, right? So never get too down on yourself. Know that you are powerful. Know that you are great. Know that we are entering in this portal. We're entering in a new time frame, a new mind frame for us to shine and for us to grow. Okay? Now, y'all give me one second. Hold on. A few distractions, a few technical difficulties, but it's nothing. It's nothing we can't handle. See? Thank you. Thank you. You said you're cooking, sis. Thank you. And you want to know a song that's been stuck in my head today? I'm in the kitchen and I'm steady cooking and I'll call you back, right? I'm sweeping and mopping and doing the dishes and I call you back, right? Because that's the vibe, right? Getting in the flow of getting in tune with yourself, cleaning up things within yourself, right? And putting other things on hold. Sometimes things got to be put on hold, right? We can't always hop, jump, skip for other people. We have to put ourselves first, right? I got to call you back, right? I can't always be on call, right? Because if I answer that call, I know I'm gonna be talking on the phone for 2 to 3 hours and I'm gonna end up burning the food that's on the stove, right? I can't get too distracted on what I need to do because I need to stay focused. I need to stay focused. I can't lose track of what I'm doing. I need to stay focused, right? That's part of the distraction, detraction, getting off track from what the focus is, right? So this is where we, like I said, break free of those illusions. That can wait. What I'm doing right now can't wait, right? I got to put myself first, right? And you can call it selfish, but if I don't make sure that my cup is filled first, I can't pour it into others, right? And if I don't fix this crack that's on my cup, I'm going to keep leaking out energy. So I need to be aware of everything that I'm pouring out and I'm letting in, right? Because these are the little things that could make or break us. Okay, so you have to be always aware of these energies internally, externally, within other people, within other things at all times, because like I said, all it takes is one little shift in perspective. All it takes is one little degree off of your angle and you on a whole nother different trajectory. You're on a whole nother different road, right? So this is where we got to stay focused and not let anything outside of us take us off of our path, because that's what a lot of these things are sent to do, right? There's a lot of obstacles, a lot of distractions, a lot of things outside of us that's brought here to try to take us off of our path. And we got to stay focused. We can't let anything throw us off at this time, okay? So yeah, that's kind of like the main energy for right now, is that we have these 2 new moons that are coming up, and that's kind of like the double up, right? The first new moon is at the 0 degree and the second new moon is at the 29th degree. And then not only that, we're in eclipse season, right? So eclipses, I don't know if y'all know, but eclipse season is all about unexpected changes, unexpected shifts, unexpected things just happening for your highest good, right? So you may even want to look back in March when we had that Pisces solar eclipse, right? And what has shifted for you in these past 6 months. You have been going through a huge transformation over these past 6 months. And this is the time where you see all of these things that are cultivating and shifting and changing right now. And you have to look and see as things have elevated and things have grown at this time to help you elevate and push past certain things that you are letting go of, right? Like I said, as we're breaking through certain illusions at this time, you don't want to get distracted, right? Because there's going to be a lot of things that pull on your energy at this time, but you got to stay focused and don't lose track, okay? So look back in March and watch how things transform and shifted at this time for you. And then it's accumulation of something that has shifted within you that has helped you get on this path that is about to open up a new door for you to help you elevate and help you upgrade at this time, okay? So yeah, it's like I said, you guys, gonna be a lot of tests. You gotta stand firm. Stand firm. Do not give in. Do not cave in, because guess what? You're gonna see confirmation that the decision that you was made was the right decision. Okay? That's another big thing. I was getting hard on myself last week. I was getting down on myself last week. I cried. I was soaking. Then Spirit was like, you know what? Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. You gave it your best. You gave it your all. Ain't nobody doing it like you. Ain't nobody could do what you did how you did it. So pull yourself back up and be thankful for how far you have come. You've come so far, right? And I was like, all right, let me pick myself up. Let me go for a walk, right? Let me wash my locks, right? Y'all, I got so down on myself. I was like, yo, I'm about to retwist my hair. That's how I know I'm mentally not there. What? I always said I wasn't going to retwist my hair because I want to look like Lauryn Hill, right? I don't want to see my scalp, right? I want to be tapped in, right? Ain't no scalping over here. We natives, we indigenous. Ain't nobody scalping me. I don't need to see my scalp to be beautiful, right? This is how my hair naturally grows outside of my scalp. It's like this. Hate it or love it, right? This is me. This is authentically me, myself, my pure essence and who I am, right? I got so low on my energy. I said, man, I'm about to retwist my hair. I got to do something. I even seen some flashes of me shaving my head. I said, oh, I'm about to lose it. Let me just go wash my hair. Let me go wash it. Let me wash my hair. Wash these locks. Wash this confusion, right? These distractions, this weight, this stress, right? Let me cleanse this stress off of me. Let me cleanse my energy, right? Let me take back control of my energy. Let me focus, right? Because there's a lot of things outside of me that's pulling on my energy that's causing me not to focus, right? Get distracted, right? So once I snap back out of it, yeah, you said right, Natty, Big Natty, you already know, right? Big Natty over here, okay? I love my locks. I can't see my scalp, right? Yeah, big Lauryn Hill vibes. I said, yeah, I want to look like Lauryn Hill, right? The miseducation. Yeah, when you couldn't see nothing, right? Seesaw chlorophyll and wash it. Yes, I sure did. And you know I keep it on me, right? I burned my Copal. I got back in my, let me tap back in with myself. Let me pull myself up out this shit. I'm tripping over nothing. I'm tripping over nothing. Ain't nothing even there to be tripping about, right? Literally the next day, confirmation. Boom, everything is good. After that, boom, more confirmation. Boom, the next day after that, even more confirmation. I said, wow, Spirit, I have to stay confident in the decisions that I'm making because they're not coming out of my ego. They're not coming out of my ass. They're not coming from pride. They're not coming from lack. They're coming from me wanting more, and I know I deserve more. And I'm breaking through these generational curses the best way that I know how without being taught by anyone, right? Even if I got to look like a fool, even if I got to look crazy, I don't care because I know I'm serving a higher purpose. I don't care what it looked like. I don't care what it looked like. It's about the energy. It's about how I feel when it's done, how I feel after I've completed a detox for 30 days during holiday time and everybody looking at me like I'm crazy. But then it's certain illnesses that everybody get that I didn't get and I can get in my bag about, okay? Because I was fasting the whole time and I feel more connected with the divine. Because I have the discipline, I have the strength, I have the courage to stand up for my soul, for my spirit, right? Because it's a spiritual calling, right? And you can apply that to anything. It ain't got to be with food. It could be your art. It could be your project. It could be your beliefs. It could be whatever you want, right? That you standing up for because you know it has value, right? Spirit gave us all a certain mission to complete. And sometimes it's not going to be easy, right? But it's up to us to continue to push through, no matter what that looks like. And this is where we push through, right? We pushing through this last end, the tail end of this cycle. And we're about to break free and have this huge rebirth of self. That's what this last portal is about. That's what this eclipse is about, right? I've been having the same dream for the past 3 nights. I'm in a classroom and the teacher keep coming up to me. And I'm like, yo, who is all of these people? But I know them. I'm talking to them. These are my friends. I'm like, dang, this teacher keep on coming up to me. Why do I keep having a dream about being in a school? Why do I keep that 3 nights in a row? I'm like, why? Message became very clear today. We are going through another spiritual lesson, another spiritual ascension, right? Class is in session. You never stop learning. You never stop growing, right? So always be open to the lessons that are here for us. Even in the midst of the chaos, in the midst of certain things not making sense and not understanding why, right? Why me? Why I gotta go through this? Why I gotta work extra hard? Why I'm being outcasted? Why they playing favorites? Why I'm not? This don't make no sense. I shouldn't be going through this. It's a reason why. Even if it don't make sense, trust and know that everything will work out for you. Trust and know that the divine has bigger and better plans for you than you could even imagine. And it may not make sense now, but it will later. Okay? And everything is going to start to fall into place. You're going to start to see the puzzle pieces come together. You're going to start to see the dominoes fall. And things are going to be falling in your lap and falling in your hands, and opportunities. Your name is being spoke of in high places, in rooms that you wouldn't even know that you could be spoken of. Rooms that you never even thought you could be in, you're going to be there. Due to you having this faith, due to you trusting yourself, due to you knowing the divine has your best interests. We are highly favored. Okay? So just continue to maneuver through this energy. This is only the beginning, y'all. We about to see a lot of things fall. A lot of things are about to begin to fall. A lot of things are about to begin to shift. Okay? Because this is that shedding of that illusion. This is that breaking of that illusion, of that Piscean age. Right? So a lot of things are going to transpire. And it's all for our greatest good. It's all for the evolution. It's all for the growth. It's all for us to make our dreams a reality. We got to push through. We got to have that grit. Okay? Yes, you said that Piscean conscious energy. Yes. Because Pisces is all about that illusion. It's all about that fantasy. It's all about that imagination. Right? It's all about subconscious thinking too. It's all about the shadow. Things that you can't see, things that are behind you, so you thought they were behind you, right? That's your shadow, right? So it's just certain things that are going to be pulled up to the forefront so we can focus on illuminating these things. That way they aren't hiding in the shadows. Analyzing certain things, analyzing our dreams, analyzing our fantasies, analyzing our truth, right? Being honest with yourself, right? Being optimistic, but being honest, right? So you can continue to push through to get to this next level, because that's what it's going to take, right? Being a realist, but also being a master manifester, because we can create whatever reality that we want. That is that Piscean energy, right? So just knowing that and making sure that you are putting your best foot forward at this time. Yes, you said we are interdimensional beings. Absolutely. Absolutely. And these things dwell from within first. Okay? In our mind, in our hearts, in our bodies. Then they start to pour out. Right? Just the thought, just the feeling, just an action. All those things derive from our mind. Right? Even certain diseases, right? They manifest from within first, within the cell first. Then they make themselves known. because you haven't been paying attention or you ignored the signs, right? So now you're being called to act on it. Last call, right? So this is the call to action. You're being called to action. Okay? I had got also Pisces is all about that music, right? As we in that Virgo energy, right? Because the opposite of Virgo is Pisces. And so using music to help you elevate at this time, okay? Frequency, higher frequency, that Neptune, right? Getting in tune with yourself, right? And not getting lost in a fantasy cartoon, right? Just staying focused is key, okay? And staying grounded and centered in your true values and communicating that with yourself and thinking before acting, because that's that Virgo energy too, okay? And knowing that being perfect is a sense of an illusion as well, okay? Virgo, Pisces, perfect illusion, right? So yeah, those were just like some of my key notes. I really want to come on here like we're having a big comeback. Like we're about to have one of our biggest comebacks ever. And this is going to be our season for harvest. This is harvest season. And not only is it harvest season, it's double up. It's a double up harvest season for us because we've been putting in the work, and sometimes we hold ourselves back. Sometimes we've been held back, but this is going to be the overflow of abundance, right? Because it's a lot of double energy. It's a lot of double energy. Like I said, 2 new moons. This is the second solar eclipse. And this is new energy because that north node and that south node has just shifted into Pisces in Virgo. So this is a whole new level, right? An upgrade. The song that I kept hearing when I first was like, okay, I'm gonna go live, I heard, oh, 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 ooh, baby, gotta get you home with me tonight. Oh, right? Anybody know that song? But I'm like, why do I keep hearing this song? I. I'm like, what? Spirit? Why is this Foxy Brown song playing in my head? Right? Gotta get you home with me tonight. Right? So that's also a call out for love, right? That's like a love call, right? And this is all about getting in tune with yourself, right? But also getting in tune with like minds. People who have the same views as you, same values as you, same frequency, same energy, which is very hard to find. That's why I always love to shout out Soul Tribe, okay? Shout out. Because we know in the physical realm, sometimes it's very hard to find people who you can resonate with, right? So when we come to this space, this place, this time on the internet, we can converse without contradiction. We can converse without criticism. We can converse without this illusion of wanting to be something that we're not. We can just come here and be ourselves, right? And also that comes with, like you said, that twin energy, as this is big twin flame loving energy. And I say that because Venus is about to go into Leo. This is going to be some very highly attractive, passionate, intense energy. Okay. And this is going to be there while we're in that solar eclipse. So a lot of twin flame energy is going to be piercing through. Okay. We're going to come in this portal one person, we're going to come out another. Okay. We're going to come out elevated. We're going to come out upgraded. Okay? So just be mindful of that. I'm going to probably, I don't know if I'm going to do a reading on it. I might go live. I don't know. I'm still trying to debate on what I want to do with that energy, but it's going to be some intense, very intense energy. This eclipse season. And I just really want to come on here and lock in with y'all and say hi and let y'all know that we're having a major comeback, right? A lot of us feel like we kind of took a step back, and that's not a bad thing, right? It's gonna be, you're gonna see a lot of people at this time take a step back. Take a step back from certain things, certain people, the internet. A lot of people have to get introspective with this energy, right? And also, that's that polar opposite. You're about to see a lot of people come out, right? A lot of flowers blooming at this time, right? Opposite sides of the spectrum. That pendulum is starting to swing, right? So just be mindful of that and be mindful of your energy at this time. And be mindful of the things that you're letting into your space, as this is going to be one of the biggest portals. We're in one of the most biggest portals right now, right? I don't know if y'all been having deja vu, thinking blackout happening. It's been happening. It's been happening. We just had a blackout here in the Bay Area, California. I'm from Richmond, California. All of Pinole, the city that I'm next to, all blacked out all day yesterday. It was so hot yesterday. It was like 100. Everything, all the technology shut off. So yes, we're gonna see that blackout energy. This is the black new moon, right? Harvest season. We're gonna see blackouts. We're gonna see heat waves. We're gonna see hurricanes, right? We're in that hurricane season. We're in that solar cycle 25. So this is when the sun picks up in energy, meaning that it's gonna get hotter, right? And that affects technology, that makes the grids, that makes the satellites, right? They're saying these satellites not being able to work with all these heat frequencies, right? Like I said, we just had a halo CME yesterday, a corona mass ejection, a halo. That means that it's not just one solar flare in one direction. That means the whole sun like erupted, okay? Like a little burp, a little energy pulse, energy wave that we're gonna be feeling picking up in a couple of days. So just be mindful of that. With that energy comes a lot of purging, comes a lot of cleansing, comes a lot of just getting in tune with who you are, okay? And grounding yourself. That's why I suggest grounding. If you haven't checked out my blackout video, I suggest that you should. If you haven't checked out my solar flare video, I suggest that you should, okay? Gamma radiation frequencies, the sun releasing, yes. That gamma ray is all about upgrades, right? But before you get the upgrade, you get the download, right? So it's a lot of downloading. It's a lot of reprogramming, a lot of releasing that happens before you get upgraded, right? It's like when you go to sleep, then you wake up. Okay, it's a new day. It's a new, what's new, what things we got to do, right? But you have to have that downtime, right? Before you woke up, okay? Let me see what y'all saying in these comments. I see the comments moving. You said I was thinking intertwining polarities like the Merkaba. Absolutely. That is that fire and water. That is the masculine and feminine becoming one. Is that Merkaba for ascension. And we are most definitely ascending right now. Okay? I was looking up Foxy Brown's yesterday. Couldn't remember the name. Oh, yeah. Ben's Tables Turn. Featuring Baby Cam. Yes. Mountain Dew has a new drink. I believe it's called Midnight. Wow. Mountain Dew ain't playing. You know, they got that, what is it? Liberty Chill, right? Which I believe is going to freeze your mind, right? Because all them chemicals in that, all that sugar in that, it's like, Then the what you say, dark night, midnight. Yeah, that's gonna make the freaks come out. That's about to have people turning into little werewolves at night. All right, and that's another thing. Halloween is gonna be lit, right? So it's about to. I'm just keeping it 100, right? I've been having all type of visions and interdimensional things happen. I'm just like, whoa. That I don't know if the collective really ready for this energy. Spirits like go live today and tell them about it. So here we are, right? But yeah, it's going to be a lot of shifts. It's going to be a lot of different things. It's going to be a lot of exposure. This is the time where the collective consciousness rises, as that Uranus is in Gemini. Okay, this is a collective thing. This is a generational thing. The technology is going to continue to increase as we start to invest in ourselves because we are the technology. Invest Fest is popping, right? So make sure you're investing in yourself as you are the bag, right? You are the best investment. And whatever you invest in yourself, know that you is priceless, right? That revenue, that RRI, return on investment, is priceless because we're forever growing, we're forever evolving, right? So don't be afraid to double down and go all in on yourself. That's one of my favorite things I love to say because that's how I started my business. I only had a little bit of money. I bought some crystals and some wire. I used my last little bit of money to buy some crystals and some wire. I doubled down and went all in on myself. And I started a crystal business that is still going strong after 5 years. And it's elevated and grown into what I'm doing now, where y'all see me doing channel readings and channel messages and just enjoying it, right? Making the most out of everything and adjusting to the ebbs and the flows of the currency and the frequency and the energy at this time. All right. Because, like I said, nobody is exempt from this energy. Nobody is excluded from this energy. We see the elites, right? We see the celebrities, everybody feeling it, right? Everybody crashing out, right? So just be mindful. That's one of our superpowers is that we are aware, right? To be conscious is to be awake, is to be aware, right? And that's one of the best things that you can have is to be aware, is to be enlightened, right? Because then you're able to look at things from a different perspective than others can't see because they're looking at it one dimensionally. When we look at it from a 360 point of view, we look at it from all angles of light. Okay. My consciousness have been getting more focused on seeing just energy instead of people. That's the download I kept getting in yoga. Yeah, yes, that's the best way to see things, right? That's why that's why certain people, certain elites, certain celebrities love when you just view them as a human being because that's what they are, you know? Yes, who don't like their ego stroked, who don't like to be told that they're beautiful, they're this, they're that. But just see me for my energy, You have great energy, you have beautiful energy. I see you. That's one of the biggest compliments to a spirit here on this plane of existence is I see you. You have beautiful energy, You got great energy. And acknowledging those vampires too, right? I see you over there doing that stuff that you're doing. They get that evil grin. I know you ain't up to no good, right? I see you working in dark, in the shadows. You little demon. I see you over there. You can't hide from me neither. Because it's not just about reading positive energy. You got to read the negative energy too and call it out. You got to call all this stuff out because it has to respond to you, right? That's another thing that I learned when I first started doing like channeled messages and meditating and going into the ethers. I would feel certain energy and I wouldn't know what it was. I'm like, well, reveal yourself. Reveal what this energy is. And it will reveal itself. And I'm like, all right, is this benevolent? Or, what is your intentions? What are you doing here? And 9 times out of 10, it was always good. It was just spirit breaking my perception of what beauty looks like, of what angelic frequencies look like, or what angels are supposed to look like, because some angels come in disguise, right? Some gifts comes in disguise, right? So some things aren't as they seem because some things are an illusion. right? So that's what we have to, like you said, close our eyes and center ourselves in our heart. What does it feel like? What is my intuition telling me? What is my gut feeling telling me, right? And listening to that. What is my instincts telling me? My instincts, as soon as I walked in the door, turn around and leave, right? All right, let me get up. I got to get up out of here. I don't know why I feel like I can't just be in this room. I can't be in this energy. I can't really kiki with these people like that. The energy off. I don't know why I feel so good around these people. And I just kind of, wow, we've been here, what, 2 hours and passed already? Because the energy feel good. It feel like home, right? Damn, I've been on live already 50 minutes. Like, how did that happen? Right? So just being in tune with the energy and the frequency at all times and being mindful of that. Okay? That's a beautiful, beautiful thing to experience. You said New Diamonds. I knew you was tapped in from the time you did my readings. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Yeah. Yeah, the energy don't lie, baby. I ain't got no reason to lie. I don't know you, but we getting to know each other, right? How I seen you doing what you was doing when you was doing it. How I know, right? I appreciate you. Peace, love. Don't call it a comeback. I've been here years, LL. Love you, New Diamonds and the collective. We got this. I appreciate you. Yeah, this is a major comeback. I'm telling y'all. Get ready for your comeback. Get ready for your harvest. Get ready for the double up. Get ready for the upgrade. You've been waiting years for this. You done broke past cycles. And you like, where, why, who, what? Spirit saying, be patient. Here it comes. Your harvest is coming. I'm getting your baskets. I'm getting your gifts. I'm getting your buckets. I'm getting your suitcases. I'm getting a box big enough to wrap this present in because the gift is so big. It's not average. Okay, this ain't average, baby. This one ain't average. Okay, it's the double up. So you're gonna get one thing after another, right? Just like last week, I had one trigger after another trigger after another trigger after another one on top of another one. It was like a layered cake. I said, what the hell's going on, right? Like I said, I surrendered, I released, I let it pass through. Then the confirmation, boom, one thing, boom, one thing, boom, one thing. I'm like, okay now, right? So just as bad as it's been is the good it's about to get. Shout out to Sister Myra. Right? And this is that turning point. This is that 180 where things start to turn around. But as things turn, you feel the swinging of the gravity. So it feels like you're getting pushed back, but really you're being pulled forward, right? It's just like, where my cup at, right? If I pull this up, pull it up, the gravity is going to hold this down. So it feels like you're being pulled back, pulled down, pushed back, but you're moving so fast up, forward to exactly where you need to be. Things aren't as they seem. So keep your vibration high at this time. Okay? Now, I don't know if y'all wanted to ask some questions. I don't know if y'all wanted to do some readings. I'm open to whatever. Again, my Cash App is New Diamonds 101 if you guys would like to donate. If you guys would like to book any personal readings, any products, my website is in the description box as well, newdiamonds.net. But yeah, I just really want to come on here and just share some energy, share some light as we're in this new energy, and it feels familiar, but it feels different. Like it's almost like you've been here before, like that deja vu feeling, but on a higher level, on a higher perspective. Like it's very hard for me to describe, but it's like a quantum leap, right? Because we are multi-dimensional beings, right? We're in the multiverse, going through all of these different layers and dimensions and realms, right? But there are timelines collapsing, right? We just closed a huge 7-year cycle, right? And we're in the midst of this new 3-year cycle, right? So it's the 7-year and it's a 3-year cycle that we, boom, just closed. And the weight of those things are still pulling on us. We're still shedding, we're still releasing that debris, right? The ashes from that fire, from the purge are still there. We're cleaning that up, right? The phoenix is rose, the phoenix is rising. We're dusting off the ashes, right? We're cleaning off the altar. Cleanse off that altar, y'all. Cleanse your altar, cleanse your temple, right? As it's being renewed and reborn at this time. I appreciate you so much, sis. Thank you so much, Jane, for the donation. Thank you so much for the Cash App. I appreciate you always. Love you. Yes, yes, yes. You said today has been feeling like a purge out of all the days. Yeah, see, it's going to come in waves. It's going to come in waves. Release and surrender. Release and surrender. Release and surrender. Don't try to fight it. It only makes it harder. You know what it's like going against a current. Going against a current in a river, right? You going against the frequency. You going against the energy. It only makes it harder. Surrender, let go, and release. And let the divine take you where you need to be. Good. You said I cried. Good. You needed to get it out. Release, surrender, let go of those old emotions, that old memory, that old trauma, that old trigger, whatever it is. It needed to be released. And you probably felt good after, didn't you? Didn't you feel good afterwards, right? After that good old cry. Ain't nothing like a good cry. I don't know if these people talk about men don't cry. Well, forget y'all. I feel what? After good cry, baby, you can't tell me nothing, okay? Thank you so much, Chorus. I appreciate you, Corius. Thank you so much for the Cash App donation. Thank you. May all of these donations be returned to you guys tenfold. Sending you guys all the love and light. Okay. So you said, yes, I needed it. Yeah. Yes, you're releasing waves of the mind. Thank y'all so much for the donations. Thank you so much, Tyvale, for the donation on the Cash App. I appreciate you. Thank you. Return tenfold to you guys. Thank y'all. I love y'all so much. It's all about being your authentic self and not lying to yourself. When we don't acknowledge our emotions and how we feel, that puts this block, this fake facade on our energy, right? It's like bearing, right? Emotions, bearing, suppressing. One day those emotions are going to blow like a volcano, and they're going to come out in certain ways that you don't expect. Why? Because you're not letting them come up naturally when they want to be, right? So then that's when we get passive aggressive. That's when we get angry. That's when we get, that cognitive dissonance, right? Because we have this certain way that it's supposed to be received, or how we perceive it to be, when really it's just be open and surrender. Be open and surrender, and watch as things flow a lot more better. Watch as things flow a lot more easier. That's how you grow. That's how you open up to yourself. All right? Don't box certain things in, right? Some things aren't meant to be boxed in. We're meant to be free. So this is where we free ourselves from those constructs. This is where we break free of that illusion that I have to be strong all the time. No, I don't. I can cry. It's a lot of stuff I'm dealing with. It's a lot of stuff that I'm going through. And I can't just put on this fake facade when I feel like exploding. No, let me go for a walk. One of my favorite things to do, go in the forest and just yell and cry. Go by the water, cry, release, right? Don't hold back. Let it out. It needs to come out, right? For men, I know they like working out. Yeah, work out, get it in, sweat. That's your body crying, right? Working out, breaking a sweat. Ooh, I feel so good, right? Alchemy, right? That's part of the alchemy. It's transmuting that energy, dancing, right? Drawing, playing, writing, singing. Any way that you like to get creative, that's alchemy. But don't forget to feel these emotions. Don't suppress them, okay? So yes, it's great to cry. It's a beautiful thing to cry, okay? Let me see what else you guys said. Thank y'all so much for the donations. I appreciate y'all. Thank you. Feeling like a purge. You create a lot of kinetic energy with your hands. I don't know what it is. It be just, I like to communicate with my hands, the way that I express myself, right? Someone said something about like channeling. The channelers do this a lot. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. I just thought it was a Gemini thing. I thought it was a melanated thing. Okay, I thought a lot of melanated people. Girl, you ain't gonna believe what this girl told me today. You ain't gonna, right? Or the men, yo, I have to let him know, right? Really, it's like you said, it's kinetic, it's ethereal, right? We just love expressing ourselves with our hands. The mudras, the mantras, right? It's a frequency. It's a frequency. I'm giving off a good frequency when I talk with my hands, right? And don't bring in the sign language, okay? Because what? How do deaf people talk? Hello? How do the deaf people? We gotta communicate some kind of way. What is it? I don't even know. I'm probably cussing. I don't know. Okay. Don't get me started with sign language. I don't even know how to speak. Okay. It's an energy. It is a frequency. It is a vibration. And we have chakras in our hands as well. So that comes from that healing hands, right? Healing hands, laying hands on them, right? And you could lay hands on somebody more than one way, okay? Like, it's always polarity. It's always polar. Dwayne Brady gotta slap a bitch, okay? You can always lay hands in multiple ways. Don't get me started. Don't get me started, okay? But I appreciate you for noticing that I use my hands a lot when I communicate. Yes, I am creating energetic frequencies. I'm cutting through a lot of vibrational energies and creating my own waveforms of love and light up in here. That's why I do the peace, the wholeness, the love, and the light, right? I'm opening up that heart chakra so y'all can receive this good energy that I'm giving, right? I'm pushing out good energy to y'all at all times, right? Even if we got to go through a little bit of roller coaster emotions, right? Because we got to keep it real. Every day ain't always high vibrational. Yeah, we go through shit sometimes. Yeah, I had a down day today. Yeah, I cried today. Last week wasn't so great, right? So I had to get to work with my hands. I had to start cleaning up. I had to do some push-ups. I had to write it down, right? I had to go to sleep, right? And rest some of this energy off. I had to sleep on it, right? To alchemize the energy so I won't come on here going bad. Because y'all don't deserve that. Y'all great people. Y'all don't deserve to be going bad on for no reason, okay? Because I appreciate y'all. But we human, right? Shout out to all the humans. Shout out to all the humans in the chats. All the real ones. Not the, what is it, what they call? CP, what is it called, y'all? The clones, the fake people, the NPCs, right? Shout out to all real people, not the NPCs, right? All the people up in here, real souls, real feelings, real vibration, real energy, real mind, elevating. I appreciate y'all. Let me see. You said, my sister, you have encouraged me so many times. Peace, love, abundance, divine one. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. My first dream I remember said to a bush, I know you are there. And a gorilla jumped out. Woo! Woo! Yeah, that was your shadow. Like, I'm here. I'm here. What's up? What's happening? What's happening? Okay. Oh, thank you so much, Shanti. Thank you for the donation on the Cash App. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Sending that energy back to you tenfold. All right. Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, thank you. You said my your smile makes me smile good. You know, smiles is contagious, right? I'm gonna keep feeding y'all that good old energy, right? I appreciate y'all reciprocating the love today too. Um, Yeah, gorilla jumped out. Yeah, that's giving me your shadow, right? You're waiting for something to happen, and then this black energy comes out. Your shadow comes out. Something surprising, something shocking, right? Something big and ooh, beating on my chest, my ego, right? So that's just you getting in tune with all different sides and facets of yourself and not being afraid of what you see, right? Because seek and you shall find, ask and you shall receive, right? So you were in that bush looking for something, but who was it that you were looking for? Probably looking for yourself, and you didn't expect the gorilla to come out, but that's an aspect of yourself, right? Yeah, I do dream interpretations, dream breakdowns, right? So I love doing stuff like that because it's all about your subconscious mind, right? Something deep down in your subconscious that you are opening up to at this time. And it could look different than what you're expecting it to look like. Okay. For that dream, you had a recall on um, that part of the bounce back because when you fall, you need your hands to push you. Yes, Tyvell. Exactly. We fall down, but we get up. Right? Like I said, we may trip, we may fall, we may even fail. Right? I fail. Ooh, bars. We may fail at something. I fail. Right? But it's all about how you come back. It's all about how you bounce back. It's all about how you get back up. And when you do rise up, when you do get up, you appreciate that high better because you know what that low feel like, right? You can't really appreciate the high highs if you wasn't at the low lows, right? That's why I like to say, children who are born in wealth are ungrateful and appreciative because they never know what it's like to be homeless, right? We don't know what it's like to not have. So I don't really appreciate it that much, right? I've been having all my life, but see, when you at the bottom, you appreciate the top. You know what I had to do to get here? You know what I had to do to get this? You have no idea. So I appreciate it. And I'm thankful and I'm grateful for those lows. I'm thankful and I'm grateful for those setbacks, right? That's the divine setting me back, pushing me back, sitting me down, putting me on timeout because it's something that I need to pay attention to. It's something I need to see. It's something I'm not seeing clearly, right? It's something I need something that needs to be revealed to me, right? And once I finally get it, I need to do it like this, not like that. I need to jump over this obstacle, not go walk around it, right? I need to work through this problem, not suppress these emotions, right? I need to address this trauma, right? So that way I can move through it with effort and ease. That's why I keep getting triggered because I'm not addressing it. And then that way, by the fourth or the fifth time this trigger come up, I'm not fazed by it because I've been working on myself, right? I done went over this speed bump before. I done been down this journey before. I know what this road looked like. Paying attention to the patterns. I've been here before. Let me buckle up because I know I'm about to go for a ride, right? Ooh, I know I'm about to hit the jackpot. I see 2 sevens. All I need is one more 7. Let me buckle up and get ready. Let me get my bucket and my basket because I know I'm about to hit big because I've been here before, right? So paying attention to all of the signs, all of the symbols, and all the synchronicities. That is what spirit is setting us up for, right? Because that's the way how the divine speaks. That's the way how spirit speaks, right? Sometimes we get those physical messages, but 9 times out of 10 is through a sign, a symbol, a frequency, a number, a person, a dream, the birds, animals, children, random messages on TV, random songs, right? So pay attention, okay? Let me see. You said, oh my God, I have a dream I need to interpret it. I got you. I got you. Indeed, indeed the truth. Appreciate you, sis. Won't all really meaning that life should play out like this, strip of everything because of my awakening? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Love your Thank you. Thank you. Yep. Because at the end of the day, we can't take none of this stuff with us, y'all. Yes, nice while we're here, right? All of these materialistic things are beautiful, right? Yes, we need money to survive. Yes, we need to eat to feed our flesh, right? Yes, we need air to breathe. But once we take our last breath, none of these things can go with us, right? So that's why we have to be in love with our authentic self, no matter what that looks like, right? Who are you really? And being in tune with that, and not being afraid of your shadow or your faults or your traumas or your triggers or your setbacks, because those are all things that made you who you are today, right? So you wouldn't be so naive going into that party, just picking up that drink, right? Because you know that they lace some people at the last party, right? Now, oops, sorry, probably triggered a few of y'all, right? But we've all been at them parties where women and men is getting taken advantage of. So now you know, okay, let me watch my surroundings, because everybody not to be trusted. Everybody don't got the same intentions as you. Everybody don't got the same heart as you. Everybody don't think like you. So we have to have certain experiences to wake our game up. Sometimes you got to be woke up. Sometimes you got to have that car crash to wake your ass up. Sorry. That's the way the divine speaks. You want a sign? You've been asking for a sign? Divine's going to give you one. I hope you're ready. You've been asking. When is this person for me? I don't know if this person is for me. You already got the signs. Pay attention. Is this job for me? You already got the signs. You already have all of the answers that you're seeking for. You have to go within, because spirit and the divine has already gave them. Now, if you want even more clear signs, the divine will give them to you, but don't ignore them. That's when you get that harsh wake-up call, that harsh reality. Speaking from experience here, I wanted to ignore the red flags. The mask got sat down. Pregnant, sat down. Okay. You want to be bad? You want to be bad, huh? Okay. You're pregnant now. Oh, yep. Sit that ass down and get your shit together. And you got to level up, because you're not raising no dummies. Ooh, okay. Yeah. So get in your book bag now. Get in your abundance bag now, because it's not about you no more, Diamond. You got to level up for these kids. You got to level up for the future. You got to level up for the legacy. What are you leaving behind? Because it's not just about for now. It's about for the future. You want your name to be spoke of after you're long gone. You want your business to still be growing after you're long gone, right? That's the Johnson & Johnson. That's the McDonald's. That's the Sony. These are all last names of businesses, because they've been left a legacy, right? That's what we're working for. That's what we're working towards. And a lot of us are starting at the bottom, and we got to build our way up, climb our way up, climb our way up. Oh, foundation not set. You got to start over. Do not pass go. Do not collect 200. Got to start over. The game of Monopoly, game of life, right? Once you get it set, all right, boom, this is it. This is my purpose. This is my mission. I'm focused. All right, everything's falling in line. Things are falling into place. Ooh, finally meeting up with like people like mine. All right, we got a little obstacle. I done been here, done that. That's easy. Okay, next level. This the level up. Bigger bosses, bigger obstacles, better pizza, Papa John's, right? This is what happens when you're leveling up. This is ascension. All of these things come with it, right? It's just about being in tune with that and opening up to that and recognizing that, okay, wow, boom, I must be ascending because I'm getting tested a lot. And it's things outside of me that I can't control. So these are things that are sent here to help me get stronger and to help me grow, right? So what is the divine trying to teach me right now? To trust it, even when it looks like nothing, even when I'm in that dark dungeon and I can't see nothing and I don't know where to go. And I hear the lions, I hear the gorillas, I hear the monkeys, but no, I know I'm divinely protected. I know I'm divinely guided and I know I'm walking in my purpose. So I'm going to continue to shine my light. And I know it's going to attract people. I know it's going to attract things. But I'm so confident, right? I done broken through the illusions of things. I know I'm not crazy, right? As I've seen the signs that this is my purpose, I'm confident, I'm 100% confident that this is my purpose. This is where I'm supposed to be at. So let me continue to walk by faith and not by sight. Let me continue to trust and know. And as I get closer and closer and closer, oh man, wow, look at all of these things falling into my lap. Look at all these gifts coming to me. Look at all these people. Wow, I'm starting to get recognition, right? They see me. I didn't know that person knew me. Oh, look at them. Oh, we have the same mindset. Oh, we got a lot of things in common, right? So this is all about the growth. This is about loving the journey, not expecting an outcome, not expecting the goal. This is about embracing the journey and loving the journey while you're on the journey, right? This is where you enjoy the journey, every aspect of it, right? To feel, right? To feel that pain, right? Oh, because I got my heart broke. Well, isn't it good to know that you are able to love? You opened yourself up so much that you were able to get your heart broke. Damn, that lets you know that you are alive to feel that pain, right? And now you know, these are signs to look for. So that way you're not falling into the same patterns, the same loops, the same cycles, right? Right? Because that's not his cousin. Oh, that's just my cousin. That ain't your goddamn cousin. You goddamn lie. Right? But you had to go through it to know, right? Okay, what else y'all talking about in there? I like this. Y'all got some more questions. I'm liking these questions and these statements y'all making. Yeah, give me some more questions, y'all. I'm liking this. This is a vibe. Okay. I had a dream about zombies and we was in a church. And one part of the dream, I transformed into a lion and went into the church. Zombies was everywhere and we all was surrounded. And then I transitioned from the lion. I love this. This reminds me of a song I kept hearing the other day. It's in your head, in your head, zombie, zombie, right? And we're basically in that time of the living and walking dead, right? The zombies, right? They're all around. They're sleeping the sheeple, right? They're not aware. They don't care about being aware. They don't care about doing the work. They don't care about being healthy. That's okay. That's part of their mission, right? That's part of what their soul wanted to experience when they got here. I don't want to be conscious. I don't want to be awake. I did that 10 lifetimes ago. We done. I want to go there and just experience and just, right? That's fine. But when you're surrounded by zombies, that means that there's a lot of things that you're aware of on the outside, right? That you aren't letting phase you, right? So you tune into your heart. And you let that inner flame, that courage push you through, right? As you're in your own temple, in your own mind, that church, right? Because the body is a temple, the church is a temple, right? And when you're in your own mind, when you go in your own sacred place, nothing can affect you because you turn in that inner light, you turn in that inner courage, you turn in that inner flame, and nobody will dare come close to you because it's not like they was attacking you. They were just around you. So be mindful of your surroundings at this time and know that you walk with the divine. As you are a lion, you one of the divine's warriors. You're one of the spiritual warriors here. And you will always tap into your mystical, magical, spiritual bag to prevail through any obstacle, through anything at this time, okay? I love that dream. That's fire, okay? Also making sure how to embrace love, embracing being celebrated. Yes. Ooh. Ooh, and Nickel Chan. Ooh, that's one thing I've been working on, baby, is receiving love, receiving light, being able to receive without question, without doubt, without questioning my worth, without wondering if there's some type of negative energy attached to it. Oh, well, what they gonna want? What about just receiving out of the love of just wanting to receive? Like how y'all just was giving me all of this love and donations today. Y'all said, no, this is just for the energy. Thank you. Love you, sis. Just being able to receive out of love, pure love, without any ill intentions, without any ulterior motives. I just want to show you love, right? And that's why I always say shout out to the Soul Tribe. And I love y'all because y'all help me open up to so many different parts and facets to myself, right? Thank you. You said I don't have a question. I just want to say many thanks. Thank you so much. You said, and I love you. And I love you too. And I love y'all too. Y'all ready? No, don't make me emotional. Y'all know I'm emotional. Y'all know I'm a crybaby. Y'all know I'm sensitive. Okay? My Cancer, my Jupiter's in Cancer. I'm a big ass crybaby. I'm a big ass crybaby. I've been a crybaby all my life. Right? I love y'all too. I love y'all too. And just being able to receive that love feels so good. And for me able to give back that love feels so good because it was so many it was so many times I wasn't able to express myself growing up, right? Told to be quiet, told I'm talking too much, told stay in a child's place, to where I'd close off my throat chakra and I would be shy. I would be self-conscious, right? Because I've been told to be quiet so much. Couldn't express myself, right? So to come to a place where I'm able to connect with like minds and like souls and like spirits and like hearts. Y'all gonna make me cry, god damn it. I told y'all stop this shit. But I'm so for real. What really gets me is because this journey is so lonely. This journey is so hard. This spiritual journey, this conscious journey, this knowing thyself, right? It's very hard, it's very lonely, but you need to be in that isolation to know yourself, to make yourself stronger, to get in tune with yourself. Then when you finally come up out of that, you're able to appreciate the love and to give the love to people who appreciate it. It's reciprocated. And I appreciate y'all so much. I truly do. So thank y'all. Thank you. And I receive it. Okay. Because like I said, I'm working on receiving the love. Okay. Thank you so much. Let me see. You said tell it, queen. I appreciate y'all. You said an embracing being celebrated. I love it. Money is the root to all evil, they say. That's why those businesses have in common. We can be better than them, is what I mean. Yeah. I mean, it's not really money is the root to all evil. It's just people have a certain attachment. The attachment to money, right? The intentions, what you're going to do when you get something, the energy, right? Because everything is energy, right? And you could use the energy for good, or you can use the energy for bad, right? It's kind of like witches. People, oh, witches, warlocks, voodoo, priests. Ah, right? Everybody, ah, the devil, right? The wolf, the lion, the snake. Ah, run. But it's about the energy. They're all not bad, right? It's some good witches and some bad witches. It's some snakes that bite. It's some snakes that it's venomous snakes. It's not venomous snakes, right? Everybody like to say pit bulls. Pit bull. No, it's not. It's how you train them, right? It's how you raise them. I known that guy for 2 weeks. He would never do something like that. I known him for 2 weeks, right? It's about the energy. It's about the frequency, right? And it's about what you're putting into it. And if you want to make it on that vibration, you can. Or if you want to use it for love and light, you can. But we know this realm that we're in is ruled by lower vibrational entities, and they worship lower vibrational energy. That's how you're going to get, because like I said, if I was on here talking about gossip, talking about other women in a negative way, or talking about black men in a derogatory way, or talking about all the gossip and degrading women, degrading men, and just talking down, and politics and Diddy and Trials and Umar and gossip, 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 I would have way more viewers. I would have way more followers. If I came on here twerking, let's not get into the OnlyFans bag, right? Because that's the realm that we're in. But like I said, we are light workers. We use this energy for good. We alchemize that energy. So we're always going to lift it up. We're breaking the generational curses. We are the generational cure, right? We are the light in the dark. So we just got to continue to rise no matter what realm we in, no matter what room we in, no matter how dark it is, no matter if we can see or not, no matter if they doing it for evil or for good. We got to tap into our frequency and our vibration. That's where our energy and our currency lies. And that's how we rise together as a collective, which was bringing it back to your other point that you made. We are greater and better, but we still got to connect and know that and put our differences aside and work together and be unified. Okay? Let me see. What's your take on the black moon? Ooh, I love it. I love this take on a black moon because it's basically the third new moon this season, right? And we know that new moons are for manifestation. New moons are this black, I like to think of it as a black mirror, right? So how are you reflecting, right? That black, that darkness, right? Going deep down into the depths. The womb is dark. The universe is dark. The sky is dark. Your mind is dark. Our organs are enclosed in darkness. The embryo is enclosed in darkness. Our cells, dark. The earth, deep down in the earth, the dirt is dark. The mycelium network, dark. Right? Carbon, dark. Melanin, black, dark. Right? So how are you going within? This is reflecting on yourself. Reflect triple darkness. Yes, sis. Thank you, Jane. That triple darkness, darkness folding in on itself, that primordial waters, right? Because when you go out into the water, it gets darker and darker and darker. That's how deep the water goes, right? So how deep are you going within yourself, right? When you close your eyes, are you afraid of the dark? Are you afraid of your shadow? Because there's some things that's coming up, right? So this is a time to reflect on the dark side of yourself. And if you're able to sit in that darkness with yourself, if you're able to be one with that shadow, oh baby, you got nothing to worry about. But there's some things that's going to come up before your harvest, because you got to go in that garden and pick out them weeds before a harvest. Otherwise, you're not going to have a ripened harvest. You have a spoiled harvest, and nobody won't know rotten fruit. I don't want no apple that's old and rotten. I want a nice, sweet, juicy apple. I want a lot of apples. I want an abundant harvest. I want a lot of corn, okay? And this takes me back to one time I was pulling the urn from my corn and worms popped out. And I got so scared. And Spirit was like, this is the abundant harvest. I said, hold on, right? Because we want the worms, right? If the bugs don't want it, we don't want it. We want that nutrition, right? But don't let others eat up your harvest. Don't let nothing take away your joy, take away your energy, right? Getting back in tune with yourself, full circle moment for yourself. This is a portal, that womb, right? Because a womb is black, is dark. The yoni going within, a portal, right? The temple, right? So that's kind of like my take. I did a very good, thorough breakdown on this energy. Virgo new moon reading. I suggest that you check that out because I go really deep into this energy and how we're going to be transforming at this time. But this is a very rare portal and a very rare time that we're in with this black moon, right? That's the black womb, the black mother, the black mom, the black Madonna, right? The Kali Ma, right? It can be seen as sweet because it's in Virgo energy, virgin, the purity, or it can be seen as you don't mess with my kids, right? That Kali Ma, or I'm coming for your head, that Medusa, right? Lots of different names for this energy, but it's all the same. Okay, and it's how you perceive it, it's how you tune into it. Yes, that Kali, Califia, right? The warrior. And it's not just about female. It's not about just the women. It's about feminine energy. As we all have a X chromosome going within the X, going within external, internal, right? Got me feeling like X-Pac up in here. Right? DMX, right? Somebody else. It's somebody else that want to come through with this X. There we go. The Egyptian pharaohs honoring the divine feminine, the X chromosome, the mother. What was Brother Rich talking about? Sophia, right? With the X. That the sound of the hula hoop. The hips. Don't get me started, y'all. Y'all know I go off. Somebody throw me a life jacket. Yes. So this is about getting in tune with yourself. In tune. The tomb. The womb. From the womb to the tomb, going internal. Right? To enlighten yourself. Right? To grow. All right? So that's my take on the black moon. Because the moon is the woman, is The nurturer, is the healer, is intuition, is illusions, is emotions, right? But black has so many things attached to it. One of the main things is darkness, pitch black. So I get the black mother, the black Madonna, big mama. Okay? And if you not on your job, big mama gonna get on your ass. Right? I told you to get that work done. I told you to take out that trash. I told you, okay, I'm just coming in the room to check. I told you clean up this. Okay, the room clean. All right, well, I got food in there. It's ready. You ready to eat? You hungry? All right. You know I love you. All right. That's big mama energy, right? So it's this tough love, right? But it's to level you up. So that's my take on the black moon. It's a lot of different meanings, but that's the main one that I'm getting, is this darkness. Darkness, darling. It's supposed to be so scary, but it's only scary if you're afraid of the dark. It's only scary if you're afraid of your shadow. And I'm a shadow worker as much as I'm a light worker. All right. So let me see what else y'all said. Thank you so much for that question. I love that question. My take on the black moon. I did a reading on it if you want to check it out. I had that dream 13 years ago. Finally got it interpreted. You hella funny, Tyvell. If we consciously come back to this earth in different lifetimes, do you think when the sun dies, if we'll then become star travelers like once before? If we consciously come back to this earth in different lifetimes, do you think when the sun dies, we will then become star travelers like once before? Now, that's that. To answer your question in a short frame, yes, right? Because every planet has a lifespan, every sun has a lifespan, every solar system has a lifespan, but energy never dies, right? It is only reformed and transformed and recreated, right? So yes, I think we will most definitely travel into different lifetimes. I think that's why we see a lot of star activity, a lot of alien activity, because maybe these other planets, maybe their star has died, their star has burnt out, so now they're traveling here, or they're traveling through or passing through, right? But we always are able to travel, right? We travel every night when we go to sleep and have dreams, right? It's called astral traveling, right? You can astral travel, astral projection. I know some people who are really good at astral projection when they meditate and they physically, their spirit leaves their body, right? So you're able to travel at any time. People who use medicinal plant medicine, they astral travel, right? To different realms. I use that, responsibly, but you're always able to travel outside of your body. It's just about how you're doing it and what intentions that you set. Now, as far as the earth and the sun burning out, we're not going to see that for a lot, like maybe, I don't know, another 20,000 years. We're not going to be here, physically in this body, in this realm. That's going to take a while before that happens, because we're going through a sun solar cycle right now. So the sun is about to hit maximum. So that means the sun is getting bigger. It's going to dwell out more energy. It's going to push out more energy. And whenever it does go supernova, right, when it explodes, when it evaporates, then that energy will just be transformed into another energy. And then that energy, those energy particles will go out into different etheric planes and different etheric realms, and maybe a piece of earth will land on another earth somewhere, and life forms, and you just never know, right? So it's all that type of different macro, micro bacteria, nuclei, atoms, mitochondria, DNA, bacteria, fungus, right? That always lives on. And that's some of the oldest living energy on this planet is the fungus, is the bacteria, is the parasites, right? So as far as us dying and traveling, I would say yes, reincarnation and traveling once again like we did once before, absolutely. But we're able to tap into those powers now, right? It's just about practicing. Practice makes perfect, okay? And I love that question. Thank you so much for that beautiful question. Okay, let me see. What was another? Another question. I'll probably answer a few more questions and then get out of here. You're never late to the party, Sleuth. He said, I'm late to the party. You never late. You always right on time. Appreciate you, brother. I can relate with that. My throat chakra just activated now. I'm literally seeing blue everywhere. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Speak your truth, speak your peace, and listen, okay? Listen to your spirit, okay? You are love. Send a lot of love. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm not lonely, New Diamonds. You are a spiritual blacksmith, and we need our vibration cleanse being are the golden Shakti energy elevated the ones who needed the sunshine. Oh, thank you so much. Yes, that golden Shakti, Shiva and Shakti, baby. We get the Kundalini rise, and we're gonna get that energy together over here, okay? What's your take on the attack of the indigenous females? Well, that is the matriarch energy, right? So this all goes back to creation, right? This goes back to the legacy, right? This goes back to, because who create the children? Yes, man and woman, but who carries the child? The woman. So the quickest way to have control over the family is to attack the woman, right? Attack the children from birth, from the womb, to program them. So once you get the woman who programs the seed, if you instill fear in her, if you attack her, if you discriminate her, if you give her provocative things to watch 24/7, if it's very, very deep. That question is very, very deep, and I can't say certain things because I'm on this platform, but all of the trauma that you can induce on a woman to instill her with fear, to program her, that's the middle tone, the setting tone for the next generation. That's, oh, don't do that because Master gonna get you. That's, oh, don't do that because that's the devil. Oh, don't do that because, God don't like that. It's the programming, the fear. That's how you get. And then the children grow up believing that, right? And then she's not going to be with a man that doesn't have those certain beliefs unless she is open up mentally to that, right? So that is why they attack the indigenous women so much, because we create the nations, right? We birth the nations, we birth the kings, we birth the queens, right? So that's why they attack the indigenous woman so much. That's just my opinion, okay? Yes, Tassili, the sister who was just on Brother Rich Show, was tapping into that. Yes, Tassili. Shout out to Tassili. She was one of Bobby Hemmett's oracles, who I love so much. Sister Myra, Tassili, and Miss Blue, all of Bobby Hemmett's and RIP, Rising Power, Brother Panic's oracles. Love them, my master teachers, okay? What year you meant we made it over to the other side? We just made it this last winter. So 1/2/21/24. That's when we crossed over. Okay. So if you want to, you can go back to that date and watch as things shift. And you will see just the flip, right? So we spiritually crossed over to this higher timeline at that time, to where all of the physical work that we've done here is being accumulated and calculated into our karmic bank, our spiritual bank. And we're going to start to receive a lot of different physical and spiritual harvest at this time. Ooh, my battery is low. Let me plug this bad boy up. Okay, so that was December 21st, 2024. That's when we spiritually crossed over. Okay, to answer your question. You said sis is cooking. Thank you. You said that Gemini energy, gotta love it. I literally watch you go through different astrology phases on this live. Yes, I'm in tune with all sides of myself, and I'm not afraid to show it. Okay, I ain't crazy. I'm human. All right. And what frequency chart do you think? In what frequency chart you think you in now? What frequency? Well, technically, everybody is in this Virgo, Leo frequency right now, right? So we are getting ready to go into the underworld. We're getting ready to go into the spiritual half of ourselves, right? That winter, right? So this is where you clean things up. This is where you get things together. High in frequency, yes, but as you go higher in the spiritual realm, things in the physical realm try to pull on you, right? So that's when you get tested. You know, the family, the friends, the distractions get heavy at this time because they know there's a spiritual rebirth, a spiritual ascension protocol that happens at this time. And if we can distract you from your heart, if we can distract you from your focus, if we can distract you from your breath, distract you from your mind, and get your attention over here on this BS that really don't matter and is not going to make you or, you know, do anything great, then we already got you, right? So spiritually, I say we are high ranked, right? We're on the next level. We're on our highest timelines, and we're collapsing old timelines. We just got to stay focused on that and not let anything distract us from that. Okay. And it's easier said than done, but it can be done. That's what we were sent here for. That's part of our soul mission. That's why we get to this point and it's like, oh, I feel like I've been here before, because you do this every lifetime. Okay, you just remember that. We forget and remember. And then when we remember, we're like, oh, okay, this is not so bad. Okay, I'm remembering my gifts. Okay, why is it so easy for me to astro travel? Why is it so easy for me to meditate? Why is it so easy for me to get along with other women and men on the same frequency? Because we soul tribe, right? We made an agreement in the spiritual realm to come down here and do this. But we wasn't going to remember till we got to this point in the contract. Okay, so once we get to this point, and it's a certain plateau where we operate from our heart, we operate from our highest mind, and we're not controlled by our fleshly desires. We operate from our free will, but we use our free will from our highest light, for our highest light, for the highest good. Then we're able to weigh things out on that scale, that karmic scale of justice, and balance it out, because we are divine spiritual warriors, right? We work for the highest light. Okay, so I hope that answered your question for what timeline, what frequency I'm on, because it's about us. I'm part of the collective as well. So we own a higher timeline, and we're all ascending and pushing past certain things at this time. Even though we're on different lanes, we all headed to the same goal, and that's to be one with the Most High. All right. Let me see. You said I've been definitely clearing mental fog. Very good. Very good. 5 more years and you get your supernatural abilities. Well, I mean, it's not a time thing. You could tap in at any time, right? Time is an illusion in the spiritual realm, right? So that doesn't apply, right? Like I said, you can do some medicinal medicine and tap in right now, and you'll see what gifts you got. You'll see everything. Y'all want to know something? I tapped in on some medicinal medicine, and right after I started seeing auras and started seeing energy, and I was like, whoa. And I seen that during the trip, And then when I came out of the trip, I could start to see auras. Okay? So you could tap in at any time. Also, I know people, they didn't have to use that. I use that as a cheat code, right? You can do meditation. You can do fire breaths, right? Where you, that releases natural DMT in your body, right? We all have DMT in our body. We all have certain cannabinoids and alkaloids in our body that activate when we tap into certain frequencies, right? Serotonin, oxytocin, melatonin, right? All of these things are released within our brain. We just have to activate those frequencies within our mind, right? That gamma, delta, alpha, beta, and it's another brainwave that I'm forgetting, but you can tap into all of these frequencies at will. It's just about tapping into them. And once you tap into them, you can activate whatever gift you like, okay? Go on either YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, type in telekinesis. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, you type in the telekinesis on your phone and go and tell me what you see about some supernatural abilities. Okay, you can tap in at any time. It ain't no time limit. All right, the time is now. Right, I'm tapped in right now. What you talking about? Okay, I'm tapped in. I got some gifts. I just ain't gonna tell everybody everything, right? But you can activate your gifts at any time, right? Anytime you want to. Ask and you shall receive. You ain't gotta wait. All right. Okay. Supernova is not the death cycle. It's equivalent to a man releasing sperm. Exactly. But Tyvell, after a man releases his sperm, what happens? He drains his life energy, right? So it's polarity. You're giving life by also taking life, right? It's this balance, it's this dance, it's this equilibrium that happens, right? So yes, that supernova is that explosion, right? That big bang, that orgasm, right? But it's also this contracting, right? Contracting, the pain, the labor, the blood, the agony, the waiting, the patience, right? Then it's this beautiful thing that happens from within the body, you know, as above, so below. All right. So I love that concept. Yes, the supernova is equivalent to a man releasing. Yes. My ceiling network. Yes. She said, thank you so much. Appreciate y'all. Planes make X in the skies. Yet the planes are making X in the skies because they're trying to block out these frequencies. I'm telling y'all, it was a Halo CME that just went off. Halo CMEs are pure gamma ray. Gamma ray are high level frequencies that alter your DNA in a positive way. Like I said, if you have not checked out my solar flare video, go. I suggest that you watch it because I break down the whole genie, like how your genes transform, the X-Men, right? The X flares, right? The mutants from that radiation from the sun upgrading us. All right. So that's why they put an X in the skies, because they're trying to block out that information that's coming in, but they can't stop it because it goes into the earth, right? It goes into the magnetic field of the earth and the earth picks it up. That's why it's best to go outside and ground yourself so that way you're in an intersection, right? Going back to that sex, that cosmic sex, right? The earth is the grounding point. You're in the middle and the sun is the masculine energy, and we just in between it all, just getting all the good juicy juice, getting all the good juicy juice. So yeah, they can't stop nothing. They can't stop nothing. It's gonna happen whether they like it or not. All right. So yeah, that's why they putting X's in the skies, them chemtrails in the skies to try to block out these frequencies and poison us like they've been doing. But that's a whole nother story. All right. I reckon we congratulate in groups as souls and start our soul tribe in the spirit before we come down. Yes, we do. Yes, we don't need anything external. Exactly. Yep, I'm one. I literally hear it with my hands and spoke through my mind. Yes, see? Yes. I appreciate y'all so much. So yes, this has been a beautiful, beautiful live. I appreciate you guys so much. Again, if you guys would like to donate to my Cash App, it is Nudiamonds 101. Book any readings or any products. My website is nudiamonds.net. This has just been a pleasure just chopping it up with you guys, and just going back and forth with these beautiful topics and answering questions and reflecting with one another. And yeah, we're in the midst of this portal, we're in the midst of this energy. So do your best to keep your vibrations high, stay grounded, go outside, and enjoy this energy. Things are about to shift in a big way. This is the comeback. Okay, this is the double up. All right, so get ready to see some beautiful things shift and change in your reality. All right, some things are going to be unexpected, and some things are going to shift overnight. All right, so just be open to it. And yeah, I love you guys so much, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace. Until next time, y'all.